Hi Aries, welcome back to the Astrology 33 channel. This is your May 2022 tarot reading. Thank you to those who've liked, viewed, shared, and subscribed to the channel. I appreciate all of that. And for those of you new to the channel, as far as what we have in front of us, it's the Celtic Cross spread as always, and I also pulled a couple of Oracle cards and a Mudra card for you guys. We're actually going to start the reading off by rolling those astrology dice we have in front of us, though, to get an idea of where your focus should be as far as that goes. Okay, so we have Gemini, and for you guys, that's your third house communication. Toward the end of May, we're going to have the sun move into Gemini, and there's going to be a new moon there as well. But before that, we're actually going to have Mercury moving through Gemini initially, and then it's going to actually retrograde back into Taurus. So it could definitely be some focus around communication this month, possibly even specifically around finances. Speaking of Taurus, we have Uranus, and Uranus is currently in Taurus, which is your second house of finances, possession, self-worth. And 9. So ninth house for you guys is Sagittarius. Astrologically speaking, not really anything going on there. There will be a full moon in Sagittarius in June, but yeah, could just be saying that you have some focus on foreign affairs, philosophy, higher learning as well. Alright, so with all that out of the way, we'll get started with the main spread. In the main situation position, we have the Page of Pentacles. So I always point out with this card how that pentacle looks like it's just out of his reach. So for some of you might feel like you're really close to a financial goal that you have, but not quite where you want to be just yet. For some of you, this could even be starting something new around finances, so you're still getting your feet wet with the whole process. And challenging that, we have the Fool. So for some of you, it could just be saying that possibly if you feel like you've been in this mode for a really long time where something's just out of your reach, the challenge might be to take a bit of a risk in some regard to actually take you to that next level. And then for others of you, if you feel like you've been doing nothing but taking risk, then this could be coming up as a challenge to tell you that that could be why you're not quite where you want to be. So you're going to have to weigh that out individually as far as which can't be falling there. Alright, in the foundation position, we have the Ace of Swords. So this could definitely represent some sudden realizations around the situation. So yeah, whatever can't be due falling, I feel like this is saying this month you actually probably will get some insight on that. And I suppose it's definitely possible that that Mercury retrograde we just spoke about that'll start in your house communication and move back into your house finances might be the key to that. So definitely keep an eye out for that this month. Alright, the past position, we have the Eight of Wands. So this is Sagittarius energy here, which could definitely represent a lot of action-oriented energy. Some of you might have been taking on a lot at the same time, but I feel like they were all working toward the same goal, so even if it felt like there was a lot on your plate, I feel like there was a centralized goal around that. So that might have been what kept you focused and going at the time. Alright, and present position, we have the Six of Pentacles. So this is Taurus energy here. Now this can say whatever this is around, right, with that Page of Pentacles energy, it looks like you might start to see some more rewards coming your way through Taurus season. For some of you, this could even be money that was already owed to you, but it could just be you might feel like it's trickling in a little bit slower than you would have liked, but you will still at least see that come in. So this is something that you've been waiting on. It looks like it will be coming your way. All right, in the near future position, we have Judgment. So I usually view this as a Scorpio energy, the rebirth side of their energy, and there will be a full moon eclipse in Scorpio around the middle of the month. So definitely something to keep an eye out with that. Could just be saying that opportunities from the past might be coming back around for you. And of course, since Scorpio represents a house that can point to investments and dealings with money from others, that could just be saying that maybe an opportunity might come back around as far as that goes too. So yeah, it could be as simple as that, right? Maybe you made an investment on something a while ago and you've been waiting for that investment to pay off, right? And you feel like it's been trickling in, but it could just be saying you might see some growth with that this month. All right, in the position of your influence on the situation, we have the Six of Swords. So this is Aquarius energy here. Could just be saying for some of you might be ready to cut your losses around a certain situation. But more than anything, I feel like this is you guys actually just wanted to take some time away to clear your mind and figure out what the next best step would be for you. For some of you, this could be just taking some time away from the groups that you're dealing with, just going for a little bit of solitary time. And part of that could be because your ruler, which is Mars, is going to be traveling through Pisces, which is your 12th house, most of May. So you might feel like you have a ton of ideas coming to you, but actually taking action on them might not be too easy right now. So you just might want a little bit of time to process all that. All right. In the environment position, we have the Eight of Pentacles, Virgo energy, and the Page of Swords. So it's interesting. Could just be saying that for now you just might have your head down and just really be focusing on your work, right? Because if we look at his body position, he's pointed away from all the cards we see here. But at the same time, mentally, I feel like on your mind, this could be saying that you're still thinking about this opportunity coming back around, right? So it could just be one of those things where you could have a reluctance to really take that leap since we see the Fool card there. But yeah, I feel like there's definitely a draw to it, right? So I feel like this could be something that's come back around for a reason for you guys to actually take another look at. But it looks like there could be a reluctance to do so on your part. Let me see if anything else. And of course, this could represent someone else as well. So if that were the case, this would probably be more of like a one-to-one relationship type dynamic, you know, where maybe there's an opportunity coming back around for a connection like that to come back up. And there could be a person who's also trying to, right? If we look the energy here and the energy here both had their back turned to all that. But at the same time, there could be a lot of thought around what if, right? One of those types of dynamics. All right, in the hopes or fears position, we have the Hanged Man. So yeah, I feel like this is you guys just wanting to really feel like you've looked at things from every angle before you do move forward. And that could be part of what that Six of Swords energy is for you guys, where you're like, okay, you know what? Let me really make sure before I do make that leap, right? Because I feel like I said, for a lot of you, it feels like you're close to whatever this goal is. But you're like, okay, before I take that next leap, let me make sure I'm looking at all the angles, right? And like I said, primarily it's mostly due to having Mars in your 12th and the Mercury retrograde starting in your house communication. Mars will move into your sign a few days after the Sun moves into Gemini. So toward the end of the month, you might feel like you're more ready to roll as far as actually taking action on the situation. But that's what I see there. And in the outcome position, we have the Six of Cups. So yeah, for the majority of you, this looks like you will actually go back to something from your past. Like I said, you know, it looks like some opportunity will come back around for you. The good thing is the six energies are very stable energies, so we see it pop up quite a few times in your spread. So whatever this is, looks like it's not really going to rock the boat in a negative way by any means. But yeah, like I said, for some of you, this could be, let's say you had an investment opportunity in the past, right? Maybe you passed on it for whatever reason you didn't want to. Maybe you viewed it as too risky, right? And maybe there could be some regrets around that now, and you might get another opportunity to do so this month. Again, like I said, for some of you, this could be around a one-to-one relationship, and if that's the case, it looks like there could be an olive branch extended there as well. And timing-wise, given that we are going to have that full moon eclipse in Scorpio, and this is a Scorpio card, that might be around the time we see it pop up most prominently. All right. And bottom of the deck, we have the Knight of Swords. So this is court card energy for Gemini. And for those of you who watch my channel for a while, you know that this card pops up quite a bit when we are entering into Mercury retrograde cycle. And sure enough, here it is, right? So nothing else. This could just be pointing to the fact that it almost guarantees, I feel like, that something will be coming back around from the past, and you'll have another opportunity to address it differently than you did in the past. So that's what I see with that. Okay, moving on to your 4 agreements card. You have always do your best. And it says take action without expecting a reward. So let's see what this message has to say. Okay, it says do your best and take the action because you love it, not because you expect a reward. When you take action without expecting a reward, you can enjoy every action and you can even receive greater rewards than you imagine. So, interesting message there because that makes me think of that Page of Pentacles and Fool energy, right? Where that could be part of it too, right? So if you are thinking about it too much, right, as far as, okay, well, maybe you're calculating things a little bit too much. So a super generic example, like I said, let's say if it's an actual physical investment of some kind that you're trying to make, right? It could just be one of those things where it's saying, well, if that thought is going to constantly remain in your mind, but you're already thinking of, oh, if I invest this, I'll get this much more, right? It could just be saying maybe invest a little bit less to where you're not constantly going to be worried and watching, like, okay, is this performing well or not? You could just leave it aside and not necessarily have it racking your brain all day. So, it could be something like that. But yeah, um, just an energy of a little bit of selflessness in general seems like what it's asking you for there. So, hopefully that resonated. All right, moving on to your oracle card, we have Orphaned. There's the artwork, and the number is 5. And this is from the Wisdom of the Oracle deck. Okay, it says a sense of loss, an identity crisis, recognizing that you don't fit in, the need to belong, uncertainty about your place. The Oracle's message: we were all meant to have connections with other people, within our family, society, and the larger culture. No man is an island, and it's important to recognize when being a part of, rather than separate from, is essential to your well-being. The issue at hand is the need to find where you fit. Be true to your core truths and values. Perhaps you no longer identify with a group or community the way you did before and need to find a new situation. You might be feeling a deep sense of loss or confusion. Address the need for belonging and know that you will find your place with others of like mind and spirit. It's okay to let go of the pressure to fit in. Not everyone will understand you. It's time to move on. So, interesting message there, because on the one hand, it didn't seem to fit too well with the main energies we were looking at in the spread, but that does at least make me think of that Six of Swords energy somewhat, which, given that that is your 11th house of friendships, groups, hopes, and wishes, could just be saying that maybe there is a group that you've been dealing with that you're potentially thinking about moving away from. But I still don't necessarily feel like that'd be the central theme there. The relationship message says, as you shift and evolve and commit to your own growth, you long for support, but may be disappointed and hurt by others who are not providing what you feel you deserve. Perhaps you are drifting away from this relationship because you're in a different stage of personal growth. Perhaps you are in a new relationship and discovering that you don't share the same values and beliefs, so you feel left out, unable to get to that intimate place of safety and belonging. Take heart, as Spirit knows you and loves you, and will steer you in the direction of those who accept you as you are without artifice or agenda. Don't compromise yourself to belong. It won't be worth the price. So, for the majority of you, I didn't necessarily feel like this would be more of like a one-to-one relationship thing. It seemed a little bit more like physical investments of some kind, but like I did mention, for some of you, this can be an opportunity coming back around. And if that's the case, I would say, maybe if you have been finding people who don't seem to mesh with you, and there's a could have, should have, would have situation from your past, right, where maybe they're dealing with those people, you might wish, oh man, I wish I had stayed with this person from the past. Could just be saying that that opportunity might be coming back up for you guys. Worst case, the love reading will be out next week, so hopefully that will give you guys some more insight there. All right, the prosperity message says this card reminds you that you can't be all things to all people. You are not going to be popular with everyone, and that has to be okay with you. Be clear about your mission, your brand, your work persona, and your contribution to the world, as these must be based on what you authentically have to offer, not something you think will sell or you perceive they may want. You will attract abundance by being completely yourself. Stay in your own lane. That's where you will shine and where you experience prosperity. So definitely a pretty positive message there. And I will say you guys are going to have Venus in your sign for most of May as well, and Jupiter will be moving into your sign just for a little bit. It's going to eventually go back into Pisces before moving back into your sign for a year or so. But yeah, those are energies that could be supportive to you guys as well. So just keep that in mind too. All right, and lastly, we have a mudra for you guys. So here's your mudra here. It's the Shankhavarta mudra, and the keyword for it is intuition. All right. And there's the info line if you want to pause it or take a screenshot to read what it has to say. But under benefits, it says quiets the mind, turns the attention inward, strengthens intuition, serves as a gateway to hear the wordless teachings of your own heart. So if that sounds like a mudra you think would be beneficial for you guys, we'll put the names in the description video as always. We'll wrap up there, and I'll see you guys next month. All right, bye.